Hey friends, this is Jake, and today I want to give you a relationship tip when it comes to your own relationships that I think could be beneficial for you. Now, when I sit down with couples, I usually notice a few processes happening. One person's speaking, the other person's listening, then they respond, and the other person listens, and it goes back and forth. The issue is that it's back and forth, and usually there's not much listening going on because things are confusing. Let me explain. Things are confusing because there's different languages happening in the room at the same time. So when I sit down with couples, I usually ask, what did you hear the other person say? And then they respond, and the person who spoke said, that's not what I said. And this happens constantly. The fix for that is to identify that there's not a huge issue here. It's just these two both speak different languages. And that's how I start things off. I point to one person and say, you speak English. And I point to another person and say, you speak Spanish. And by pointing this out, they are beginning to understand. It's like, oh, my language is fine for the most part. It's just they can't understand that. I then say, you speak different languages. Okay. Do you love the person? Do you care about them enough to say, you know what, I'm going to learn their language too. This is how they talk. This is how they say things. Maybe we can tweak it a bit, but you know what? I need to also understand their language as well. So if you care about them and you want to get closer to them, it's not about learning my language and that's it. It's about learning each other's language, expressing your needs in your language, but also understanding they might speak in a different way than you. So it's like two languages happening, but once we realize that that is actually the process happening in the room, there's two different languages going on, things get a lot easier. It's a lot easier to pull back and think, oh, I don't get what they're saying because they don't speak like me. That's empathy. That's understanding. So take that for what it is. I hope this can be helpful for you in understanding that you and your person just speak a different language. Point that out and learn about their language and share what they need to learn about your language. See what you can do with that information moving forward with making your relationships as healthy as possible. Take care.